This is topic 1 on introduction, and what will be covered in topic 1 will be the definitions, the type of delivery media that will be used, the advantage of using multimedia, and also the application. So where actually multimedia is being applied. So when we talk about the learning outcome, so I have given you a series of lecture notes in your future and also some learning activities and assessment. So towards the end, that means after you have listened to my lecture, so you should be able to understand the concept and terms of multimedia, and also to differentiate between what is linear and non-linear presentation in multimedia, and the various application that is available in multimedia. So when we talk about definition, when you look into the textbook and also the slides that I have given, there are many definitions that's available in multimedia. So what is the most important thing that need to be highlighted in multimedia is the word itself, multimedia, which is the multiple media. So when we talk about medias, medias is like text, graphics, sounds, animation, and video, and which is presented electronically using interactive way. So these are the keywords usually we look in multimedia: the combination of the elements, okay, delivered or presented interactively, okay, using electronic medium. So these are the keywords: combination of elements, interactivity, and also the electronic medium is important whenever you want to highlight the definition of multimedia. So when we talk about multimedia, multimedia is a project. So when you want to do the project, what are the things that is needed? So later on, you'll be doing a project on multimedia. So what you need first thing is creativity is very important in multimedia. So it requires you to have creative thinking, some kind of technical skills. You're able to organize the project, and also if you're looking into expanding it into a business later, you need some skills like managing the project, resources, you need the fund, how to manage the fund, and so on. So these are the basic definition. So if you look here, you must have that 5 combination in multimedia. And another thing that I want to highlight, when we talk about multimedia, multimedia is all about interactivity. So when we talk about interactivity, there's 2 things that you need to know. What is linear and non-linear? Interactivity is always related to non-linear multimedia presentation, where you can control the presentation. So how you can control? Usually you can see the button, some icons that is available which you can click and go on. So that is interactivity. So when we talk about linear, linear will be the opposite of it, where there's no interaction among the users, where you have very little control. So most of the time when you go to, now you can't go to theater, but of course when you've been to theater, you can't control the presentation. You can't forward or rewind where you want to watch. So once you go, you have to complete the whole presentation. So that is what we call as linear. So from the beginning to the end, no interaction involved. Non-linear, you have some kind of control inside. So these are some of the example movies. Okay, so non-linear, of course, they have advantage and also disadvantage. Advantage, when you have a complex information that you want to give to the user, you can distribute it by having some buttons or icons. So when they want to access the information, they can click and go on. So the disadvantage will be most of the time they'll be lost with too much info. They don't know where to click and so on. So one good example will be like encyclopedia or any information that you want to get from a blog. You might see a lot of information over there. So you have to click one by one to access those information. So that's on the presentation. So when you want to make the presentation, of course, you need to have some kind of tools or softwares. So in terms of multimedia, we don't call it as software, we call it as authoring tools. Authoring tools are tools that you use to combine all the elements into a project. So example, if you heard about Flash is one example. We do have Director, we have AutoWare, we do have PowerPoint. All this is example. Even your PowerPoint can be a multimedia presentation, because in your PowerPoint you can include video, audio, text, and also graphics. That is the basic level of authoring tool. So once you have completed, so the second part, the next part is on delivering the product. So if you look into the handouts given, there are many ways you can deliver multimedia applications. So the basic one will be in the form of CD or DVDs, but nowadays people are delivering through the web. They have their application hosted online. So if you want to get it, you can go to the site given to access to the materials or the projects. So this is example, CD, DVD, Blu-ray. So what is the difference between three? Can I have some answers?
The storage of data.
Okay, very good. Storage, 1, 2. What else? Storage. Because when they started with the CD-ROM, you can only have very limited storage, which capable of maybe 80 minutes of video or sound. And then they had DVD, enable more storage, so you can store longer videos. And now we have Blu-rays. Why are they differ? Why they have a different way of terms they use? Anyone?
Quality of the video?
Quality not much, but what we are talking about, the compression rate. Compressor. Why the size is different is because of the compress. The way it is compressed is different in Blu-ray and also DVD and CD. So the compression rate in Blu-ray is the highest. That's why the file can be compressed and saved into a Blu-ray. So that's why that when you have a you have a DVD, you cannot play a CD player to play, because you cannot decompress it back for a playback. So the compression technique is there. That is one. Okay, the resolution is different. So a lot of things when you talk about the compression, how it works, the algorithm, how it works in compression of Blu-ray and also DVD and CD, it all goes back to the duration, the resolution, the quality, all go back to that. So that is why that they have a variety of it. And maybe in future you might have another one more standard where it maybe can do can store much more video in a disk. So why we want to use the benefits? Okay, of course it's easy to use, the interface. You want to give immersive kind of experience, the effectiveness in terms of cost, rather than having it in a form of delivering. You can just do it in the form of CD or post it on the web. Better understanding, and of course self-paced interaction and better retention. So one example will be your learning now. Okay, those days you have to come to the class and you have to sit down in the class to listen. But now all your learning is taking place in self-paced, where you have your notes is given to you. You can go into the system, to any platform given by the lecturer. You can do the interaction and you can repeat over and over if you don't understand the concept of the topics. Okay, what are the applications? I will go through very quickly on this. First, of course, home. You can see the video on demand, one example. The games, I'm very sure some of you might have some games that you used to play in your house. So PS4 or Nintendo or something you have, or you might be also using home shopping applications to do your shopping or buying things. For business, of course, we're talking about online catalogs, trainings, advertisement, marketing, all that will be using multimedia. Schools, to say universities now, most of it are in the form of applications. What you see in the form of currently, what you see in your notes, most of it are in the form of videos. You have some graphics, you have some text. All that is enriched by multimedia elements inside. Public places, of course, you can see in information kiosks, some nice interface available. Your check-in counters, if you go to the airports, your ATM, all that has an interface of multimedia. And last was on virtual reality. Virtual reality is not to say very new, but it's expanding into the environment now, where that a lot of people start using or exploring virtual reality to other areas. Okay, example like for learning. Okay, those days virtual reality were used for trainings, like they want to do a simulation on pilots if they want to do some trainings. Rather than giving them the real plane to train, they're given a simulation environment in the form of virtual reality. So this can be done by using virtual reality modeling languages. So it's not that, to say, very easy. Every objects that is inside the environment need to be rebuilt by using some objects. So these objects usually will be in 3-dimension, realistic. So it need to be modeled by using certain languages. So one example is given is VRML. So this is the basic language they can use for modeling. So this is topic 1. So topic 1 is all about just the introduction, the surface. So what you need to know in topic 1 is the definition, important definition. What is multimedia? What is interactivity? What is linear, non-linear? Okay, what are the delivery mediums that you use? So these are the things that you need to know. And then on the delivery medium itself, CD, DVD, webs, and so on, and the areas, how multimedia is applied in business, schools, public places, and home. And last, a bit on virtual reality. So any questions?